Okay, let's talk about the biggest, I think, royal story. I know it was dominating and splashed all over the British tabloids this weekend. The photo of Prince Andrew from the Epstein files, the former Prince Andrew, current Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, hovering over a young woman or teenage girl who was on the floor, splayed out on the floor, face up. Her face was redacted. It's unclear whether she's conscious or not. And in one of the photos, he's touching her. He's barefoot. He seems glassy eyed. Lady C, we've heard, as far as I know, as far as our reporting goes, Andrew has yet to say anything. What do you know, and what does this latest disclosure mean for the royals?
Well, I think it's very awkward for the royals, but I have to say, I've looked at that photograph and she can't be passed out because 1 minute, one photograph, her hand is on the floor, the next, her left hand is up. So she
Okay.
can't have been passed out. And I thought, and then there's somebody fully clothed behind. They're all fully clothed. I mean, you're too young, but I'm not too young. I remember what the 80s and 90s were like. And people used to clown around and horse around and that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody did it, and it certainly wasn't done in very sophisticated circles. But Andrew is not very sophisticated. He's a great clown, and he's well known to be a bit of a bore, Boor as well as Bore, and and I think it's most likely perfectly innocent. I honestly do not think there's anything sexual or any. I have no concerns about it. I've got to say, you
I
know.
think, yeah, I mean that's an interesting take. I think, here in America, we are shocked. We have been seeing photographic images of our own leaders, Bill Clinton, for example, in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell and a young woman. The director of the Melania documentary, Brett Ratner, who had been Me Too'd out of Hollywood. This is meant to be his comeback. There's a photo of him in that dump with his arms around what looks like a teenage girl who is sandwiched between Ratner and Epstein. I think I think without the context of Andrew's close friendship with Epstein, of emails in which he's asking for inappropriate friends. What do you make, Lady C, of the emails between Sarah Ferguson and Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, I mean, talk about sleazy. I mean, the woman has her begging bowl out in the most gross fashion. I
Hmm.
think that's pretty dreadful. Oh, it's inelegant, it's gimme, gimme, gimme. And also, she's busy sucking up to him in the grossest fashion. I mean, I actually had something against Jeffrey Epstein personally, because so I should declare an interest because he tried to steal one of my closest friends' Belgravia flat from under her in the early 80s. So he was a hate figure in our circle from the early 80s.
Sorry, Lady C, he tried to take one of your best friends?
No, he tried to steal one of my best friend's flats from under her.
Oh,
He,
flats, one of her apartments.
young, yes,
Okay.
A Belgravia apartment.
Oh, wow. So
And
very wealthy.
but the point I'm making is he always was dreadful, and but he was very charming, and but so once he did that, we absolutely loathed him in our circle, and I think the guy was a total sleazebag, but I honestly think that a lot of the photographic evidence that is being deployed, for instance, Bill Clinton in the
Hmm.
pool with Ghislaine Maxwell, I'm sorry, I think that's perfectly innocent. I mean, there's nothing untoward about it. And I don't think there's anything gross about the Andrew photograph either. But I think that Jeffrey Epstein used to set people up in the hope that he could spin things to their disadvantage if it suited him. I mean, the guy was basically a sleazebag and I think a bit of a blackmailer.
Oh, definitely a blackmailer. I think the issue is that these men, whether it's Andrew or Bill Clinton, whomever, were consorting and happily socializing with and engaged in, to swim in a pool with somebody, it's a fairly intimate thing. I don't go swimming with strangers in pools. I just don't do it. But they knew that um, he had been sentenced to, even though it was a very light sentence, to prison time in Palm Beach for sexual abuse of minor girls. And I think that's where people cannot divorce an image such as the Andrew image that broke this weekend or the Clinton images from who we all know Epstein to have been.
No, that's the thing, because I think that the sweetheart deal that Alan Dershowitz struck with the Palm Beach authorities actually allowed Jeffrey Epstein to go around telling people, which he did, oh, it was all a terrible mistake. I didn't know that any of the girls were underage, and I thought they were prostitutes. Because remember, the deal was that he was soliciting underage girls for prostitution. That was the offense. And I think Jeffrey Epstein got a very, God knows how he got it, but he got the most amazing sweetheart deal. And I think on the back of that, and I'm not trying to take up for Jeffrey Epstein, by the way, I think the guy was a total sleazebag and deserved everything that he had coming to him. But I do think that he was then able to present to people, because I know he did it, for instance, with Peter Mandelson, Lord Mandelson, who has lost his position as the British ambassador to Washington as a result of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. But I know he did it with other people as well. He said, oh, it was really all a terrible misunderstanding. I simply thought she was overage and she was underage and she was a prostitute in any way. And because of the way the sweetheart deal was framed, I think he was able to get away with that. So I think if we need to have a sense of proportion and realize what happened when it happened and how he was able to play the system as brilliantly as he did to get away with things and to continue to get away with things.
Before we move off of this particular aspect of royal scandal and onto more more lesser offenders, as it were, Lady C, I'm just curious, do you subscribe to the theory that many in America are coming around to, that Jeffrey Epstein was a very high-placed asset, either among CIA and FBI in America, or Mossad, or now there's rumors of KGB, or British intelligence?
Well, he can't have been KGB because he tried to topple and helped to topple Putin in 2012.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he can't have been KGB. I have been told that he was Mossad and that he had strong links with the American secret services as well. And I think the way things were conducted up to the point when he was arrested suggests that he was being protected. And he listen, this man functioned on the absolutely highest level with people all over the world.
Yes.
And people seem to forget that. And they seem to think that all his dirty, filthy, nasty, sleazy, sexual stuff was out in the open. It wasn't out in the open with most people. It obviously was out in the open with his playmates. Let's put it that way. And
Lady C, you've been told that he was Mossad and potentially and very highly placed in the American Secret Service. How would you describe your sourcing for that?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
And also the evidence because if the evidence contradicted my information, I would say, oh, that's rubbish. But the evidence shows that he was able, with alacrity and impunity, to go through life like a shark, just gobbling up people left, right, and center, and getting away with it.
Yes.
And even after he was in prison, he was given what turned out to be actually a wonderful cover story for him, which was that, basically, I thought they were overage, and in any event, they were just prostitutes. Because remember,
only a cabal of evil men could come up with that qualifier. Oh, and either way, they were just prostitutes. They were subhuman. Who cares?
well, but the fact of the matter is they did come up with this. And I think it's inexcusable that they came up with it, but they did come up with it. And to me, the really intriguing thing is, why was he brought down when he was brought down, and by whom and why? And that, to me, is the really intriguing thing.
You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Do you have any theories as to why he was brought down when he was?
I do, but I'm not sure that this is the right option. I think we should speak about this privately, and then we can speak about it publicly. I don't think I want to wade in publicly with it.
Fair enough.
It's hot and contentious.
Fair enough. In the world of e-commerce, order fulfillment can make or break your business. That's why ShipStation's all-in-one platform is helping over 1 million businesses maximize their efficiency. The platform bridges order management, inventory tracking, returns, warehouse integration, and powerful analytics. It compares rates across USPS, UPS, and FedEx to unlock discounts of up to 90% off. It allows you to keep pre-negotiated carrier rates as well. ShipStation automations like bulk label printing and sending tracking updates save users an average of 15 hours per week and cuts customer service inquiries by 12%. Built-in returns insights reveal exactly what products are coming back and why, while detailed analytics spotlight where you're saving money and where to optimize further. Connect to over 200 sales channels in one place. No more juggling 5 to 7 disconnected tools. Set it up once and let automations handle the rest. Try ShipStation free for 60 days with full access to all features, no credit card needed. Go to ShipStation.com and use code Maureen for 60 days for free. 60 free days gives you plenty of time to see exactly how much time and money you're saving on every shipment. That's ShipStation.com, code Maureen. ShipStation.com, code Maureen.